Welcome to the demo video RUCKUS on how to install Mad Wheel 125mm PU wheels. Use a 17mm socket to unscrew the locking nut here in a counterclockwise direction. Use a 2.5mm hex wrench to remove the belt guard. Use a 3mm hex wrench to remove the motor's fixed screws. At this point, remove the belt and the wheel pulley. Remove the bearing sleeve from the axle. Next, we'll quickly repeat the same steps to remove the other side. To remove the motor bracket, use a heat gun set to 450 degrees Celsius. Since each screw may have a different adhesive, it's recommended to heat it for 5 minutes before attempting to remove it. If you encounter significant resistance, repeat the heating process and try again. Use a 4mm hex wrench to remove the screws in this area. Continue to loosen the screws in this area with the 4mm hex wrench, but do not remove them completely. On the other side, perform the heating process similarly, then proceed to remove the screws. After loosening the screws in this area, proceed to remove the screws on the other side. This method helps prevent the screws from becoming locked and difficult to remove. Remove the motor bracket. After removing the motor bracket on the other side, you need to remove the protective bars from the motor bracket. Next, we need to heat the shaft thoroughly, setting the temperature to 450 degrees Celsius. However, let's try heating it for a longer time, about 7 to 8 minutes, until you can remove it easily without any effort. We'll be using a 14mm wrench here. The heated shaft is very hot, so be sure not to touch it directly with your hands. The new 8mm axles are differentiated. The front axle has a hexagonal shape, while the rear axle has a wrench notch and is longer than the front axle. For your safety, be sure to use anaerobic thread lock when installing the axle. Without it, there's a risk of the axle coming loose during operation, which could lead to serious accidents. After installation, use a cloth to wipe away any thread sealant. Next, let's take out the custom motor bracket. The parts shown in the video were just removed from the skateboard, so they will have installation marks. We need to ensure that the mounting holes are always facing down. Use a size 4 hex wrench to first loosely screw the bolts onto the truck. Each screw here needs to be secured with thread lock. Tighten all the screws and ensure they are securely fastened. Next, let's begin installing the motor. Since we will need to adjust the belt later, first use the 3mm hex wrench to loosely screw the bolts onto the motor. First, install the belt, and then secure it onto the gear by rotating the drive gear. At this point, you need to apply slight pressure to push the gear inward. You will feel the gear snap into place on the shaft. Next, use your left hand to pull the motor backward while intermittently pressing down on the belt with your right hand. When the belt moves up and down by about 3mm, tighten the motor's mounting screws. Next, quickly install the motor bracket on the other side, following the same steps as before. Before tightening the motor bracket screws, first install the motor protective bars. Now, let's head over to the other side and use a 4mm hex wrench to tighten the screws here. Next, install the belt guard using 2.5mm hex screws to secure it in place. Next, install our MAD 125 PU wheels. Use the included locking nuts and skateboard wrench to secure the wheels in place. Let's finish up the installation on the other side as well. Next, replace the front wheel. Use a heat gun set to 450 degrees Celsius to heat the wheel axle in this area for about 7 to 8 minutes. During this time, you can repeatedly use a 13mm wrench to try to remove it. If you encounter significant resistance, continue heating. Perform the same operation on the other side. If you notice significant dust inside, you can add a washer here and then tap it with a wrench. All wheel axles must be secured with thread-locking adhesive during installation. Use a 14mm wrench to install the wheel axle. Finally, we install the wheel and the job is complete. This concludes the video. Thank you for watching.